Sprinting from the 1100 meter marker. This was a nice beginning, this one. Isingamoya is one of the first out. Calvary's on the outside. Socrates a little bit heady at the rail. They are followed further back in the field by On That Boulevard. And further back in the run is Hard to Play. Van Kelder's giving them about 6 or 7 lengths start as they move towards that 700 meter region. And Calvary's going very quick by 3 or 4. Socrates second, is Isingamoya's third, then On That Boulevard, followed by Hard to Play. Van Kelder's on the inside, then Riker, Sniper Shots about 9 or 10 lengths off the leader, and ISHNANA's the trailer. Calvary went very quick as there by 3 or 4. Socrates second. Isingamoya On That Boulevard. Down the inside, Van Kelder, Sniper Shot, and Hard to Play. Coming to the 300 meter marker. It's still Calvary in front. Socrates On That Boulevard. Hard to Play. Sniper Shot. ISHNANA's also running on from behind. Calvary starts to stagger. On That Boulevard. Down the inside. ISHNANA. On That Boulevard. And ISHNANA. And it's ISHNANA who won it from last. Second On That Boulevard. Socrates and Sniper Shot involved. Number 7, ISHNANA, came from the tail of the field and mows them down. The El McDum, this one for Garth Puller. Rob Smith, who also bred, and Mr. T.S. Mhlongo. And they win it. This is win number 4 from 18. They win by a neck. So number 7, the winner. And that pays 670, 230. On That Boulevard second. Socrates third. That was the tote favourite. Fourth to number 1. Sniper Shot. Hard to Play is further back in the run. And then came Riker, Calvary. As we look at the head-on, and Calvary went quick, starts to stagger at the 200 meter, and now On That Boulevard. But look at ISHNANA with the green blinkers and the red silks, gets a beautiful split and eventually mows them down and made up at 8-9 lengths. It was a nice competitive field and goes on to score. So the winner is number 7, ISHNANA. Tote favourite number 5, there it is. ISHNANA the winner On That Boulevard. Socrates third, Sniper Shot fourth. Back to the studio.
Well, Garth Puller will be absolutely amazed. Inform Garth Puller's stable that conveyor belt continues of winners, and ISHNANA, I think Garth will be absolutely delighted with this victory. I thought this was a win out the top draw from the position he was in.
Yeah, very consistent. I must say, good ride by Luke. He battled a little bit early on because he's got a lot of speed, but he got him in. I don't like them running wide and over-travelling. He's got a hell of a finish on him. And I must say, Luke does a lot of work on him. Luke loves this horse. He plays with him in the morning. Actually, sometimes drives me mad. He lets it eat grass, and I can't find him to ride the next horse. But the horse, he's got a relationship with the horse, and the horse actually enjoys it. He can get uptight with some jockeys, but he'll just throw the reins at it and let it do what it wants to do, and it does what it wants to do. But he controls it well. He's justly rewarded for it. I must thank Mr. Smith. He bred it and he sold to Tabo. He sold half, and the horse has been successful for them. It's done well, and again the stable, all the guys, and Michael, Wendy, and then I must thank Hollywood for their sponsorship. And outside of that, yeah, it's going nicely. He won a nice race. I thought a little bit far back initially. I mean, this was quite a tough field, but he come through nicely. And I had another horse in the race that probably just needed it. He also ran a good race. I see he finished 6th, but running on nicely. Probably a little bit short of his best, but yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you.
Now, before you leave us, this morning Rio de la Plata made the value bet at around 14 to 1. He's one of those soldiers. He's as honest as the day is long. Can you give us a bit of confidence?
If Lyle thinks he had heart attacks now, he's going to have when he rides Rio. Rio's a hard ride. Yes, look, at his age, he's pulling up better than he ever did. I've actually given him away to a young lady, and every time he runs, he's earning a check. So I say, well, you're going to have to wait another one. You're going to have to wait another one. Yes, he's doing well at home. I hope he runs a big race. It's very competitive, though.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Let's get the winning owners through. They're going to come. Was the rider here? Let's get Luke first through. Luke in the red with the gold there. Now take us through this. You were a long way back initially.
Yeah, look, from the draw, we decided to take our medicine, so we rode him cold. And yeah, he definitely came through very nicely, coming from the back of the field. So yeah, big thank you to the winning connection, Mr. Mhlongo and Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Coming to the last 350, you were behind a wall of horses. How were the gaps looking?
Yeah, look, I thought it was going to get a bit tight at one stage in the race, but yeah, we bided our time. He had the weight in his advantage, and when the gaps opened, he took me through them.
Now, Garth said this horse gave him heart attacks, and he said the fella at the back, Rio de la Plata, a big strapping individual, but you built up a good relationship with ISHNANA. Can we rely on Rio de la Plata in the back?
Yeah, really did a plant. He's an honest horse. He's got the draw in his advantage. So I mean, everything, if it goes his way, I definitely think he should be closing well.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Well ridden by Luke Ferraris. Well done to Garth Puller. The winning connections, the Mhlongus, they've made their trip to KZN. If you want to come through and have a chat, you got the family on course. Now, this must have been breathtaking from where he was.
Yeah, no, thank you. Really, I appreciate ISHNANA, the way it cuts the gap in between, as you know, that it came right from the beginning at last. And soon as there was a gap, and Mark drove ISHNANA in the right path to make it sure that we have this win.
You look very cool, calm and collected. Were you shouting with 200 to go?
Well, I was looking at it coming to say, as soon as there's a gap, I was expecting something. And immediately when I saw the gap opening, it went through.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have the connections on course. Well done to Robert Smith and the connections who've made it to Greyville. And this is one of those nominees for Ride of the Day. ISHNANA, Luke Ferraris, came blasting through from the back of the field.